The rain fell heavily over Seoul, turning the city lights into blurry streaks of gold and silver. Inside the luxurious Grand Hanseong Hotel, hundreds of wealthy guests sat in stunned silence. A wedding had just collapsed. At the center of the grand ballroom stood Ava Williams, a beautiful young Black American woman who had moved to Korea 3 years earlier. Her white wedding dress sparkled under the chandeliers. But her groom was gone. Completely gone. 20 minutes earlier, guests had watched in disbelief as a messenger rushed into the venue and whispered something into the groom's ear. The man immediately turned pale. Then he disappeared. Without explanation. Without apology. Without even looking back at the woman waiting at the altar. The whispers started immediately. Did he run away? Maybe he never loved her. Poor girl. No, maybe there's something wrong with her. Every word felt like a knife stabbing Ava's heart. She stood frozen. Humiliated. Broken. The wedding she had spent months planning had become a public disaster. Then her phone vibrated. A message. From her fiancé. I'm sorry. I can't do this. Forget me. That was all. No explanation. No reason. Nothing. Ava's knees nearly gave out. Her father had passed away years ago. Her mother was sick back in America. She had nobody in Korea. Nobody. As tears streamed down her face, the guests slowly began leaving. Some looked sympathetic. Others looked entertained. For them, it was simply gossip. For Ava, it was the destruction of her entire future. An hour later the ballroom was empty. Only Ava remained. She finally walked outside into the storm. The rain soaked her wedding dress instantly. Cars drove past. People stared. Some took pictures. She felt invisible and exposed at the same time. Then something unexpected happened. A convoy of black luxury vehicles pulled up beside the hotel. The doors opened. Men in dark suits stepped out. Every person on the street immediately moved away. Fear filled the air. Because everyone recognized the symbol on the cars. The Kang Syndicate. One of the most powerful criminal organizations in Korea. At their center emerged a tall man wearing a black suit. Sharp jawline. Cold eyes. Unmatched presence. Kang Minho. The feared Mafia boss. The man whose name alone could silence a room. Ava lowered her head and tried walking away. She wanted nothing to do with dangerous men. But Minho suddenly stopped. His eyes locked onto her. A wedding dress. Mascara running down her face. Standing alone in the rain. Something about the scene caught his attention. One of his bodyguards leaned closer. Boss, that's Lee Jun's fiancé. Minho's expression darkened. Lee Jun. His biggest rival. The man who had spent years trying to destroy him. So this is the woman he abandoned. Yes, boss. For several seconds Minho said nothing. Then he did something nobody expected. He removed his expensive black coat and walked toward Ava. The bodyguards looked shocked. The pedestrians looked shocked. Even Ava looked shocked. Minho gently placed the coat around her shoulders. You'll get sick. Ava stared at him. You don't even know me. No. Then why are you helping me? His answer stunned everyone. Because someone should. The street became silent. The feared Mafia boss was showing kindness. Ava's eyes filled with fresh tears. Not because she was sad. Because it was the first act of compassion she had received all day. Then Minho looked toward his men. Prepare the car. The bodyguards nodded. Ava stepped back nervously. What are you doing? Taking you somewhere warm. I don't know you. Minho smiled slightly. Neither did the men who promised to marry you. For the first time all day, Ava laughed. A tiny laugh. But it was enough. The convoy disappeared into the Seoul night. Unaware that this chance encounter was about to change both their lives forever. The next morning Ava woke inside a luxurious penthouse overlooking the Han River. For a moment she panicked. Then she remembered everything. The wedding. The rain. Minho. A housekeeper entered carrying breakfast. Mr. Kang said you are his guest. Ava frowned. Guest. Nobody had treated her like one in years. Hours later Minho returned from work. He found Ava standing by the window. Feeling better? A little. Good. Ava turned toward him. Why did you help me? Minho hesitated. Then he answered honestly. My mother was abandoned before. Ava remained silent. When I was young, she raised me alone. Society blamed her for something that wasn't her fault. Yesterday, when I saw you standing there, I remembered her. For the first time, Ava saw the men behind the reputation. Not a mafia boss. A son. A human being. Over the following weeks, an unusual friendship formed. Minho showed Ava parts of Seoul she had never seen. Cherry blossoms along the Han River. Quiet cafes hidden between skyscrapers. Mountain viewpoints overlooking the city. Little by little, her broken heart healed. And Minho changed too. His employees noticed it first. He smiled more. He laughed more. He seemed lighter. For the first time in years, he looked happy. Eventually, the media discovered their connection. Headlines exploded everywhere. Feared mafia boss protecting rival's ex-bride. Mystery woman captures Kang Minho's heart. The entire city became obsessed with the story. Then Lee Jun suddenly returned. And he was furious. One afternoon he stormed into Ava's apartment. Ava. She froze. The men who abandoned her stood before her. What do you want? I made a mistake. She laughed bitterly. A mistake? I was threatened. Ava's expression changed. What? Lee Jun lowered his head. The night before our wedding, enemies threatened my family. They said if I married you, they would kill my younger sister. Ava's anger slowly faded. You could have told me. I know. I deserve the truth. I know. Tears appeared in his eyes. But I was scared. Before Ava could respond, another voice entered the room. You should have trusted her. Both turned. Minho stood at the doorway. Calm. Silent. Dangerous. Lee Jun immediately became tense. The rivals faced each other. Years of hatred between them. But Minho surprised everyone. He didn't threaten him. He didn't attack him. Instead he asked one question. Do you still love her? Lee Jun looked at Ava. Then lowered his head. No. Ava's heart sank. But strangely, it didn't hurt. Because she already knew. The love she had chased for years had disappeared long ago. Lee Jun sighed. I came to apologize. Then he bowed deeply. To Ava. To Minho. And left. Just like that. The chapter of her old life finally ended. Months passed. Ava continued spending time with Minho. One evening they stood beside the Han River beneath thousands of city lights. The wind gently moved her hair. Minho looked nervous. Something Ava had never seen before. Even armed criminals feared this man. Yet he looked terrified now. Minho. He reached into his pocket. Then dropped to one knee. Ava's eyes widened. The mighty mafia boss was proposing. People nearby gasped. Some secretly recorded the moment. Minho held out a diamond ring. When I found you that night, I thought I was helping a stranger. His voice softened. But you ended up saving me too. Tears filled Ava's eyes. You taught me that power isn't everything. The ring sparkled beneath the city lights. I don't want to be the men people fear. He smiled. I want to be the men you love. Ava could no longer hold back her tears. The woman abandoned at the altar. The woman left alone in the rain. The woman everyone pitied. Had found something better than revenge. She had found genuine love. Yes. The crowd erupted into cheers. Minho slipped the ring onto her finger. Then pulled her into his arms. As fireworks suddenly exploded over the river, Ava looked up at the sky. Life had taken everything from her. Then unexpectedly given her something greater. The rival's bride had become the Mafia boss's queen. And this time, she would never be abandoned again.